On the problem of evil, problem of suffering, a secular philosopher describes it this way. So the Christians believe God is all-powerful.
Yes.
The Christians believe God is all-loving. The Christians know there is suffering. This is a trilemma because it is incongruous. How can an all-powerful and an all-loving God sit back and watch such evil and suffering going on? So he calls it a trilemma. I respond very quickly by saying, why is it a trilemma? Because it's also true that God is all-wise. We don't end our theology with God is all-powerful, all-loving, and evil exists. We also believe God is all-wise. And we further believe that God is eternal. You bring just those two elements into the equation, and it changes the paradigm. We know God is all-knowing. And then you take the issue of time. What happens over a period of time? Let me give you a quick example of this. When I was growing up in India, I was a constant failure, repeated failure, because I never applied myself. And then all of a sudden I passed in very high honors and the ability to join the Indian Air Force. Out of 300, they were going to select 10. I came in at number 3. So I sit down in front of this Churchillian-looking wing commander, and he stares at me across the table, and he's asking me a few questions. And then he leans over, and in Hindi he says, "Beta." Beta means son. He said, "Beta, you're a good man, you're a nice man, but I'm going to reject you." Just like that. And I visibly felt my body start to tremble. He said, "This job is about killing, and psychologically you are not equipped to kill." It was a few months after that the opportunity came to migrate to Canada. If I'd been accepted into the Indian Air Force, I was committing for about 20 years. I would never have come here. Never would have had the time to sense the call for God into ministry. Never would have seen the life that God has now given to me to be a persuader and help people understand the beauty of the gospel message. That door was slammed. It took years to find out why that door was slammed. There are emotionally satisfying answers as time goes by. I've lived with a lot of pain with a broken back. I have 2 titanium rods that are about 8 inches long, 4 clamps, 8 screws bolting me down. I injured my back very badly. There were times I'd be sitting in the front seat of the car pulling over my head on my steering wheel and crying. The pain was so intense. And you know what I found? How much it has taught me to depend on Him every day to sustain me. There are 2 things I need with this lifestyle: a strong back and strong vocal cords, and I have neither. And God has shown me that in my weakness has manifested His strength, and how His healing hand even came through on my back after years and years of suffering. There is an emotional satisfaction when I know that there is a cross, there is a hill called Calvary, there is a suffering Savior, there is a relationship where He gives me comfort. God does not conquer in spite of the dark mystery of evil. He conquers through it. He conquers through evil and pain and suffering, and makes you the person He intended you to be through that.